good evening this evening. Welcome back to another Sunday evening discussion roundtable. I'm your host, Buckeye Boggs, aka the Podfather, and you are you, and we're thankful you decided to join us this evening. The OHIO podcast is brought to you by Scarlet and Game and Fansided. Head over to scarletandgame.com where you can find us and our audio podcast or wherever you download your podcasts. Please consider giving us a 5-star review if you don't mind. We are also the official Ohio State podcast of The College Huddle. Head on over to The College Huddle where you can find us and 86 of our closest friends from coast to coast covering their favorite schools and teams as well. Tonight's episode is brought to you by A Place at Home Senior Care. If your loved one is recovering from a recent hospitalization, stroke, or fall, possibly living with dementia or needing support at home, A Place at Home Dublin provides home care supportive services like bathing, dressing, mobility assistance, and medication reminders, all in the comfort at home. Learn more at aplaceathome.com/Dublin or call 740-472-8181. Don't forget this show is also brought to you by MyBookie. Head on over to mybookie.com, put in the promo code OHIO, where you can receive up to $500 of bet back moolah. Didn't do a good job with the spread this weekend? Maybe you were like Chris and you put in a 15-game parlay and you hit on 14, but gosh darn it, Notre Dame, they covered and you didn't want them to. Well, that's where the bet back bonus comes into play. Don't lose that money. Just get it back and bet it again over at MyBookie with the promo code OHIO. Tonight's roundtable is the home team. It's Corey. It's Chris. It's yours truly. Heather is not with us tonight. There is a storm rolling through northeast Ohio, apparently, and she had lost her electricity this evening, and so she's not available to be with us this evening, so we'll have to rain check with Heather. But it's good to see all of you with us tonight who are in the chat. We have 34 watching on YouTube right now at this moment. Please consider giving us a thumbs up, like the video. If you have Twitter, go over to Twitter, share the show on Twitter. Let's get those numbers up tonight as well. Same thing on Facebook. And we have one brave soul on Rumble who's watching us right now as well. Corey, Chris, good evening. How are you guys? Corey, I'll start with you. How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Had a good day. Good day of football. Packers won. I'm happy. Chris ought to be happy too. That was a pretty good game. So just chilling out after the Buckeyes make me happy as always. You know, they just win and win and win and win, and it just makes me happy to see how many people are pissed off about it.
Chris, you haven't smiled yet since you got on. What's up, man? Browns won, and you'd think you'd be happy.
Browns won big.
What does it matter? I gave up on NFL after the first game of this season. I said I was done with it. I'm done with it.
Oh,
I really have no interest in watching it at this point.
Penn State Sports Talks here. He says it was a snooze fest in Wisconsin yesterday. Yeah, unlike that real exciting game that happened over there last night in Iowa City, right, bub? Was that low? Was that a low blow? I don't know.
No, hit them hard.
Oh,
that was
man.
actually too tame, in my opinion.
We've got a great show planned for all of you tonight. Of course, we want you out there in the chat to participate with us as well. We're going to need your help, chat. Without Heather here tonight, we're going to have to lean on the chat tonight. So we might do things a little different, a little fun tonight. Ohio State 34, Wisconsin 0. I thought I might wake up to the news that Luke Fickell had been fired. He is still the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers as of right now. So he's hanging on by a thin thread, I think. But Corey, your thoughts on yesterday's win over Bucky Badger? That's, I think, the 10th win or 11th win in a row over them.
11th, yeah. 11th win in a row for the mighty Buckeyes under Ryan Day. It's just so obvious that Ryan Day is playing the long game. And I think that, you know, a lot of fans, we're not getting the credit we deserve nationally or even within our own fan base sometimes because they see little problems here and there. And we'll talk about them tonight, obviously. But the overall big picture is you got to be excited about the fact that we're just kind of ho-humming, beating this tar out of the middle of the Big Ten. Not even middle. That's the bottom dweller, obviously, with Wisconsin. But Minnesota, teams like that, we're just raking way through them. and it's not even much of a challenge. And I do believe Ryan Day is even sandbagging a little bit. So we they just seem to keep finding ways to do it even in ugly games, and then you look at the final score like, man, that really wasn't even close. It was never even there was never even really a challenge there, and the defense is still doing its thing. Julian Sand has entered the world stage with his performance. Still got some problems, still got some things to clean up. I love the fact they're not peaking yet, and it'll be interesting to see going forward. But honestly, they have a relatively light schedule until the game, so we'll see. But I love it. I love the fact that we get to root for a team that has won 11 in a row, with including and it includes a Rose Bowl, a Cotton Bowl, and a national championship along that way, and beating SEC team in Texas that was overhyped in the off season, and then we're 4-0 in the Big Ten now. So
I'll go next here. Mark Swick, when do you think we see the kicker we got in the portal? If you go and watch the video I did earlier today, I did a good, bad, and ugly. Shout out Corey. He gave me the idea a year ago. I've just ran with it so far this season.
it's all good, man. You don't have to keep giving me credit. It's your thing now, buddy.
I sat there and I actually had a lot of bad and ugly to talk about, even though it was a 34-0 win, thanks in large part to the kicking game. And we're going to get into some of this in the back part of the show, guys, after the commercial break, on some of the things that we think this coaching staff needs to, the weaknesses on this team, the coaching staff needs to address in the next 2 weeks during the bye week. And so the kicking game is probably going to be a part of that discussion more than likely. And so hang tight on that one. We'll see what kind of ideas we can come up with for Ryan Day and this coaching staff. Other than that, I thought for sure we might see Luke Fick back on the plane coming back to Columbus, Ohio. Not the case after that game. Defensively, you don't get any better. It was a shutout. And this defense continues to just, every time you think, okay, are they going to crack a little bit? No. 17 points to Illinois. That's probably the best quarterback we're going to see until the playoffs, more than likely. And they gave up 17 points. And the offense, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm starting to think Julian Sane, he's starting to make that climb of going from really good to, we might have something great on our hands. If he continues to peak going into the playoffs, guys, we've got a really good chance to go back to back. Chris, your thoughts on yesterday's game?
Kind of what I expected. A little disappointed in the run game and the inability to get that jump started. Our special teams are atrocious, but the offense is solid overall. The defense is amazing. It kind of was, we are what we thought we were at this point. We're not going to show anything to anybody at this point if we don't have to. Corey had mentioned that Ryan Day may be slow playing it a little bit. I definitely think he is. So, I'm happy with it. How can you not be happy with a shutout?
Eric Osbeck, what's our defense points per game, Chris? I think it's like
5.85.
5.85.
41 total for the season. That's just stupid. That's sick. Yeah.
Call back to yesterday.
Actually, Bobby Mack's right. It's 5.87, I think is what it is, not 5.85.
Wow.
So it's a little off. It's closer to 5.9, but yeah, it's 5.87.
Oh gosh, that's awesome, dude. 54 in YouTube in the chat. Please consider smashing that like button, everybody. We really do appreciate it. Let's dive right in tonight to our letter grades, ladies and gentlemen. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to start with the offense first. Passing yards yesterday, 393 yards passing. Only 98 yards rushing, but that's a total of 491 total yards. 7 yards per play yesterday, 26 first downs, 5 of 11 on third down, perfect 2 of 2 on fourth down. They possessed the ball once again for over 35 minutes and 37 seconds to be exact, and 0 turnovers. Corey, your offensive letter grade.
All right. The pass game is an A+. The run game is like a C minus, so we'll go B ish for the team. Um, it's just like Jekyll and Hyde right now. That pass game is not just good; it's elite right now. It is. You don't throw 36 of 42 for 393 or 394 and 4 touchdowns, and the passes he was making, just ball placement's insane. Converting long third downs, our receivers going up and getting the ball, and it's just our receivers are just equally as important as how good as Julian Sayin is. Um, Not to mention the pass pro wasn't even that great yesterday overall, especially on the right side. But Julian's saying his ability to move around the pocket and find those eyesight passing lanes and hit the open guy accurately while moving is just so freaking impressive. So I go B. It has nothing to do with Julian in the pass game. It's all the run game dragging it down.
I'm going to go A minus. I'm going to go a little bit better. I agree with you, Corey, that the run game yesterday was disappointing. Tigger Shabola was disappointing. I went back a little bit and um, I watched a few highlights, and I can't help but feel like Phillips sometimes is getting beat a little bit because he's like to the left of him. Tigger Shabola is so bad that it's almost like
It does impact it, yeah.
it does. It really does impact it. And so I know Alex said something about Padilla. He did get in the game. Uh, uh, do you possibly put Padilla at center and move Carson Hensman to the right? Maybe. I mean, if you're gonna do that, you better do it now during your bye week. But overall, I'll go A minus for the offense, Chris.
I went with a B here as well. The passing game, incredible, but the offensive line at times got pushed around yesterday. The running game was nothing short of atrocious until Isaiah West came in there and busted off a big one. And by big one, I mean, what, 15 yards? That it was not good. We did not even reach 100 yards rushing yesterday. And I do realize Wisconsin is very stout up in the front seven. But you know what? So is every team that we're going to play in the playoffs. So, there's no excuses. You've got to find a way to get that push. And if it means putting Tegra, back on the bench and bringing Padilla in, so be it. Whatever you got to do, it needs to be done. I'm going to be.
All right, let's look at the defense. Passing yards allowed 49 yards passing for Wisconsin. They have a lot of quarterback issues. Let's just be honest there. The defense only gave up 95 yards rushing, kept them under 100. That's a total of 144 yards yesterday. Wisconsin had 3.1 yards per play. They had 9 first downs. They were 2 of 11 on third down. This defense on third down has got to be one of, if not the best in the country on getting off the field on third down. Wisconsin was 1 of 2 on fourth down. They possessed the ball for 24 minutes and 23 seconds. If you're keeping track at home, that's over 11 minutes more for the Buckeyes. And they also had 1 turnover. The defense created a turnover. Corey, your defensive letter grade?
That's an A plus. It's a shutout. I mean, and don't get me wrong, that's a bad offense they played, but they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had come out and it's a bad offense and they allowed 10 points and they found some exposed some problem areas and stuff like that, I'd be a little concerned, obviously. But they did what they were supposed to do. They dominated a really bad offense, and just everybody pitched in. You look at the tackle numbers; it's so spread out all over the entire defense. Nobody had like 13 tackles or anything like that. So it was, you get to still see, the usual suspects making plays and things like that. And it was another game we let Lorenzo Styles just keep healing. We're going to need you down the stretch. Just keep healing, and more good experience for Devin Sanchez on the outside. So A plus, just dominant.
Yeah. Whenever it's a shutout, I always that's de facto A plus. So A plus for me, Chris.
Yeah, you got a shutout. You did get a sack. You did get a turnover. 20 yards 20 yards of their 140 yards of offense was from the punter. You know, That's definitely an A plus. And Eric, to answer your question, Ohio State is second in the country in third down conversion percentage on defense. They are one play, literally one play behind Texas A&M. Ohio State has given up 17 conversions, A&M 16. Ohio State has done this on one more play than A&M has run.
Wow.
That's crazy.
They are keeping people off the field. They are keeping people to a 21.8% conversion rate on third down.
We were talking about this in the pre-show before we came on the air, and I was watching, and I don't watch game day. My stepson's playing on Saturday morning, so I don't watch any of the
You're
pregame
not missing
shows.
anything.
And you shouldn't be watching them anyways, because Chris has the best call-in show on Saturday mornings in college football anyways. So you should just be checking us out here on our YouTube channel and calling in to the Wild Man on Saturday mornings. But I did watch this clip of Nick Saban breaking down Matt Patricia's defense, and basically Nick Saban was like, "This is not college defense," and the fact that they're like doing some of the things they're doing and disguising it how they're disguising it, and then ESPN and Nick Saban posted it on, I forget what platform, and Matt Patricia gave a shout out. He was like, "Thanks, Nick." First name basis type of thing. And I'm like, okay, I see you, Matty P.
Well, Nick and Belichick are friends, so
Yeah, there's definitely the connection there, right? So, really cool stuff. If you haven't seen that clip, go check that out. It's pretty neat. All right, so there's your letter grades for the offense and defense. We don't give a letter grade for special teams, but guys,
you'd be an
F minus.
This is what Chris, we told everybody this.
Tress, Urban, those guys have to be absolutely going nuts at watching what they're seeing on special teams from Ohio State right now. Especially Tress. Because there was an emphasis on special teams when those guys were here. Now it's almost like an afterthought. And I get it. I do. We've got the best defense in the country. We got one of the most elite offenses in the country. But there's going to come a game where special teams is going to matter. And right now, I don't have the confidence we can win a game if it comes down to special teams.
I said it on the Good, Bad, and Ugly episode earlier again today. Go back and watch that after the show tonight if you'd like. This falls on Ryan Day.
Mm-hmm.
We are heaping a ton of praise upon Ryan Day for winning a national championship and being the number one team in college football today. And rightfully so. He deserves all of that praise. But he also deserves this criticism because our special teams sucks. Our kicking game sucks. And Chris, we saw this in the fall, and we told everybody, if we don't get the ball inside the red zone and we're trying to kick a field goal, which means it's a 35-yarder or more.
Anything outside of 35 is a crapshoot.
Who knows? He was 50 for 50 that day. And so far, that is exactly what we have seen. And he even missed a 34-yarder yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is the ball's on the 17 and still pushed it. This falls on Ryan Day. Ryan Day needs to take responsibility of this, and he needs to care more about this. It cost us a national championship when we lost to Georgia because of this. And it could cost us again with what let's just call it a generational defense right now and a blossoming quarterback who some are calling the next Drew Brees. And I don't know that I necessarily hate that comparison, to be honest with you.
No.
We have two number one wide receivers on NFL teams in the future.
At least.
And are we going to waste that because we can't kick a field goal? Now, I know Ryan Day is he's forgotten more about football than I will ever know. I'm not trying to say I'm not Monday morning quarterbacking this thing with Ryan Day here. I know that he knows this. My question is why can't we fix this? Why is it still a problem all these years later? Why do we continue to ignore it? What's your guys' thoughts? Why is it still a problem?
We don't make getting a premier kicker or punter a priority. And I thought, man, maybe it will now that Nate Ebner is full, on the coaching staff. Maybe he'll bring that emphasis to the special teams. But we do not have the elite guys as far as the kickers go. Yeah, and TG's right. Accuracy is not an issue. The kid's got the leg. I'm sorry, distance is not the issue.
I was about to say,
He's
what?
got the leg. Accuracy is awful. It's awful. And the punting, same thing.
Punting is a very average. Yeah.
It's average at best.
Yeah.
And we got this kicker from, was it OU or where
Miami, wasn't it?
Miami of Ohio, yeah. And we got this kid just sitting there. Why are we not trying him when we know that Fielding's accuracy is in question? Let Fielding do the ones from 30 or 35 in. Bring this kid in for the distance kicks. Yeah, I mean, specializing place kicking may be kind of stupid in college, but what is it about the college game right now that isn't stupid? We're in the process of converting to NFL, NFL light. They specialize place kickers in the NFL at times. You have certain guys do kickoffs, certain guys do field goals, certain guys do certain distance field goals. I mean, if you're not going to go and make the emphasis on getting one of the premier kickers in the nation, whether it's via the portal or as a recruit, you have to play to these guys' strengths.
And at least Alex is offering us a solution here. Well, we need to clone Mike Nugent. At least there's something.
Do it with dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have some pushback on all this.
Okay.
That'd be fun. First thing that makes me cringe is when people say he doesn't care. We've taken transfers from both punters and kickers. He has fired special teams coaches, tried a philosophy like Tressel to have multiple coaches handle it, then brought in Nate Edwards. The dude cares. He may not have figured it out, but he cares.
He cares, but he doesn't place the emphasis, Corey.
I don't know about that, though. I mean, he's clearly done a lot of work on it. Kind of like he's done with the defense when people say with Kerry Combs, well, he doesn't care about defense. It's like, well, he does. He just effed it up that time. I think he's made a lot of mistakes in it. I don't understand some of his decisions. I'm not claiming that all his decisions have made sense. I'm just saying the whole idea that he doesn't care irks me a little bit. But I also say this, but it was never perfect in our kicking game under Meyer or Tressel or Cooper either. We had Mike Nugent, who was a freaking generational, but he was actually bad his freshman year. People forget that, but he became generational. And after that, I can't even think of a kicker who was extremely reliable. Drew Basil had a game winner against Iowa. I mean, I remember the constant complaint with Cooper is like, why can't we find somebody that's that consistent? The punting game was definitely better under those guys. I'll give you that for sure. Honestly, the return game with Urban Meyer sometimes was a nightmare. That's, I think, when we started seeing fumbling all the time in punt returning. And I was always wondering, and then Urban Meyer would excuse it and say, well, as long as he's being aggressive. Philly Brown was a fumble machine. Jalen Marshall had his troubles at times. So, I mean, everybody's had their problems at Ohio State because, honestly, the focus is offense and defense, and it has been for forever. So I don't know. The way I look at it is Ryan Day has not solved the problem. It is a problem. I think he's tried to solve it, and he's still not solving it. But I've seen him solve a lot of other issues in his head coaching tenure. I'm going to keep giving him some grace on it. But at some point, yeah, you're right. It's going to cost us a game. I don't understand why we don't try the Ball State kicker. I don't understand why we don't try the other punter. I'm not sure why. It seems like our coaches, like even Meyer, get just kind of they like to play it safe with special teams more so than improve it and make it a weapon.
Interesting conversation. We just kind of followed that rabbit hole. So, my
Yeah,
apologies,
something to
but
talk. Yeah, it has something to talk about. Have
yeah,
fun.
I mean, and let me say this too. Like, sometimes I get into these crazy thoughts, and I start thinking about these things, and I'm scrolling through Twitter, and you're reading, all these people on Twitter complaining about it. And I think to myself, man, what a first world problem that we're complaining about the kicking game and special teams, because we're number one in the country, we're undefeated, and we're winning games by 20, 30 points. And here we are complaining about special teams. We really got it made. So there's that, and so maybe sometimes I push back on myself a little bit, but it is getting more and more frustrating. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's go ahead and hand out some Buckeye Leafs this evening. Let's start with the offensive player of the game, Corey.
Julian Sand. Is there need? I mean, look, Carnell Tate had an amazing game. Jeremiah Smith quietly had a really nice game. Isaiah West showed flashes. I mean, not for the game, the player of the game, but Julian Sand, ridiculous.
Yeah, make it 2 for Julian Sane. I think that's
That's a
pretty
sweep on that one. There's no question.
okay.
That was
Easy and easy enough. Now the one that might be a little harder. Defensive player of the game, Corey.
Arbel Reese, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, or no, 1 sack, and I think he had. I'm looking at his stats right here. 2 tackles for loss and a sack and 4 tackles total. He's just a beast. He's always around. So
Can I give it to Matt Patricia? Oh man, yeah. I also
Nicholas,
th- I
how dare
also
you, sir?
think that the corners played incredibly well in this game. But let's be honest, that was a terrible passing game that they went up
Yeah.
against. Terrible. They should have played that good.
They played about
Um,
6 quarterbacks, didn't they?
they went through 2. They went back and forth, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Arvell Reese as well. I'm going to go ahead and copy Corey on this one and give it to him. Chris.
Yeah, you got to go 3 in a row on that one as well.
Has that ever happened before?
Yeah, it did a couple
it
weeks
has,
ago.
but I mean, sometimes performances are just so next level that you just got to roll with it.
This one, I feel like we might have some disagreements on the offensive play of the game.
There's too many to pick from. I'll go with that first touchdown pass, Carnell Tate. It wasn't even just the fact Carnell made an amazing play. I think people are underrating how great of a throw that was because he had to sidestep the pressure, obviously, just look downfield, take it over the safety. And if you look at the backward angle where that ball came in, perfectly in between the defenders, right, turning Carnell Tate slightly to his back shoulder, just so he could have a chance at the ball so the defender couldn't get to it. It's just an insane throw, an insane catch. And I don't know, it had us going when we saw it. So
Yeah. That's the one I had written down, but I'm sitting here thinking maybe we go with the back corner pass to Brandon Ennis. That
that was a
was
good
a
one.
that was a perfect throw, but that first touchdown catch in double coverage set the stage for the rest of the game. It basically just told everybody who was there who had any inkling that Wisconsin was going to make some kind of miracle, upset. No, you're not. That's ball game. Literally, that was the
Yeah,
game.
that
Game
would
was
yeah.
over.
Couldn't have scored another point. You still would have won. Yeah.
It's like a leadoff home run, first pitch, boom, and you're like, oh yeah, we're done, we're screwed. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Tate's first touchdown catch was also the offensive play of the game. Chris.
You could have chosen just about any pass he threw, that touchdown pass that is saying through as the play of the game. And because, Eric, you have not had to work enough on this graphic, I'm going to change it up for you. How about? And I just thought it was fun. It was it was a special pass, even though it was kind of goofy. The Kazmarek touchdown pass, the little hop toss.
Okay. So the pass or the catch or both?
Yes, both. Give it to both of them. They both earned it.
All right, cool. Defensive player hit of the game, Corey.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and go with Aaron Scott. I don't care. I know it was kind of inconsequential, but they preserved the shutout, and he just absolutely crushed that receiver. And if you notice, when he went in motion, Aaron was trailing him the whole time. He gets the little screen pop pass out there. Aaron just says goodnight, literally.
It was a massive hit. I'm going to go with the INT. What was that? It was Sonny, wasn't it? Yeah, Sonny's INT. So I'll go with Sonny's INT as my defensive play of the game. Chris.
Either one was really good. They were both great.
The INT was more consequential. I'll give you that.
It was. But you know what? Give me Kenyatta Jackson's sack.
There you go.
Yeah. Is that his first Buckeye Leaf with us this year?
I think he may have had one.
It might be.
It might be his first.
Yeah, it might. I think this is his first Buckeye Leaf for us this year. So, yeah, good call. Good call, Chris. He needs some love. All right. Those are our Buckeye Leafs for yesterday's game, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see in the chat if I've missed anything, Hero Class. Brian Oberst said first TD pass was his offensive play of the game.
And
Ed
by all
Rogers
rights,
said,
it probably should be, by the way. Yeah.
Staines running play sent a message when he kept it on the RPO. Yep.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly slide.
NSTD.
Wasn't pretty, yeah.
Eric Osbeck admitting that I got Chris to smile finally. That's good. One of us did anyways. Tyler went with Sonny's interception as the defensive play of the game. TG went with Aaron Scott's hit. My gosh, that was a monster hit. That was a monster hit. Yeah.
It was fun. That's clean
like
hit.
Back-to-back weeks where we've seen somebody about cut in half.
Yeah.
Caleb Downs did it. Now Aaron Scott's taking a page out of his book. Yep.
KJ Sack. So there you go, Chris. Buck Vader. If Buck Vader agrees with you, you're in good company, my man. And if you're not a part of Patreon, you should consider doing it. Did you guys see what Buck Vader dropped on Patreon today? Mm-hmm. Dude, he's so plugged in, man. So plugged in. We're so appreciative to have Buck Vader running our message boards over on our Patreon.
Well, now I'm going to go look. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to go look.
Yeah, you need to go look. He posted one on each message board. Very insightful stuff. Good stuff, dude. Like, it got me excited, man. He's awesome. It's great to have him with us. All right, we're going to take a quick minute commercial break. 74 watching on YouTube. Hit that like button, everybody. Really appreciate all of you. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we got some amazing topics to dive into this evening, everybody. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hey, Buckeye Nation. The OHIO podcast is thrilled to partner with Export Mouthguards, the innovators redefining protection in contact sports. Introducing the Ninja Pro Mouthguard, the strongest and most advanced mouthguard on the market. Engineered by dental experts, it's designed to deliver elite protection with a sleek, low-profile fit. Made with carbon fiber and multi-layer construction, it's impact tested to keep you safe from even the hardest hits. But that's not all. The Ninja Pro is 3D printed for 100% custom fit, offering unbeatable comfort and security for any athlete. From football to MMA, dominate your game with confidence while safeguarding your teeth and jaw. Getting started is easy. Use our home impression kit to create your custom fit and enjoy prepaid shipping. It's protection delivered right to your door. Plus, with a 1-year warranty and 100% satisfaction guarantee, and proudly made in the USA, the Ninja Pro is your ultimate defense on the field or in the ring. And here's the best part. When you visit exportguards.com, use promo code OHIO at checkout to get 20% off your purchase. That's right, 20% off elite protection made just for you. Protect your game, protect your future. Choose Export Ninja Pro Mouthguards, where innovation meets protection. Head to exportguards.com and use promo code OHIO today.
All right, everybody, little housekeeping for all of you before we dive into our first topic. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on our YouTube channel will be our Monday night call-in show. Join me tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Dial us up, 567-483-1999. Tell us everything about the Buckeyes that you want to talk about. tomorrow night, please consider doing that. Tuesday night is, I can't look at the chat the way you guys are laughing because I know it's going to distract me, and I won't even.
Schrock.
I'm sure it's my buddy Schrock out there making me laugh. So Tuesday night is the Buckeye Lounge. You're not going to want to miss that. Buckeye Lounge also going to be back this Wednesday. Because we do not have a game this upcoming Saturday, there is no game preview this week. The Buckeye Lounge is going to do a back-to-back. So they're going to do 2 days in a row. Their Wednesday night show, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to spoil this or not. They have not one, but 2 guests, 2 of the bigger names from college football and YouTube is coming on the lounge. It is going to be an amazing night on Wednesday night. You're not going to want to miss that. And of course, the Buckeye ladies will be on Thursday night. Although we've missed Mika. Shout out to Mika. We love you. Hope everything gets well for you and your family very soon, so we can have you back, sister. So, but TG's been holding down the fort. And she's having a bunch of us ugly guys show up to talk with her on Thursday night as well. All right, Sean, where is this comment?
He just the topic he wants to discuss.
Corey's bad taste in music.
Yeah.
Because I think Ozzy's overrated.
Oh, that's right. You did say that the other day,
That was just
right?
one of the many things that Corey was screwed up about with music. So.
If you're going to show up on the Buckeye ladies, RDCB asked, does that mean one of you guys are wearing a wig? So the first night I was on, and I thought about going and getting a wig. I actually asked my wife if she had one from Halloween or anything. She said no. So I was going to wear one. Yeah, I was going to wear one, but she probably also didn't want me to embarrass myself. But
or her.
Nick, Nick Quinn says Corey is a Maroon 5 guy, I think. Hey, Julian Sain's a Maroon 5 guy. Just saying.
I actually don't like Maroon 5. It's just fun to make fun of Julian Sain for that, but it works for him, so whatever.
Bobby Max says Corey still orders. That's what I call music on cassette.
Yep.
Actually, Corey, Chris, and I, we actually know exactly what you're talking about. That's how old we are.
I go over that. Do you remember? You guys probably don't remember the late night infomercials for KTEL, the music, the old 8-tracks and cassettes they would do on the infomercials overnight.
No, I don't remember that one, but I do remember. Was it Maxwell House or whatever? Get 10 CDs for 1 cent, and then you had to buy one every month or whatever. Columbia House. Maxwell House was a coffee. What? Oh shoot! Can you tell I don't drink coffee?
You remember 10 CDs for $1? I remember. I think it was 12 cassettes for $0.01.
Wow.
It's about all they're worth these days.
You would
what was the last? What was the last cassette tape you bought? Do you remember? I remember mine.
Black Album, Metallica.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Boy, I don't know. It was
Third Eye Blind. That's a good one, Buckeye Pay. I like Third Eye Blind.
Sean's just like, or somebody just made, Nicholas Quinn, I think, made fun of me for Third Eye Blind or something. Said I look like I'm from Third Eye Blind.
Ed Rogers. That would be what channel was Girls Gone Wild on late night? It was like Vice or whatever, but it's like the but anyways, the last cassette I bought, Ace of Base. I saw the sign.
Okay, and y'all criticize my music.
Go ahead and put on the wig and the dress there.
Yeah. Yeah, you just put it on and leave it on. You know,
Village People, what?
I mean, Chris is rethinking his whole involvement in this channel all of a sudden.
Corey does karaoke to the Spice Girls.
It's true, I do, and I wear the wig.
Which Spice Girl?
I don't know.
Oh, he's definitely Scary Spice.
There you go. No, that would get me canceled, I think.
Troy says, I just lost my man card. So did Sean. 2 of you. Oh, no. No, that's too bad. All right, topic number 1. Let's dive into it.
This is topic number 1. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Is Julian Sain now the Heisman frontrunner? If so, does this worry you in any way? So all of the previous Heisman frontrunners, according to the odds, seems like they hold on to it for a week or two, and then they bomb. Beck's the most recent one. Carson Beck, 4 interceptions. In fact, he may have just thrown another one while we were talking here, and he has now fallen completely out of the race. So, that being said, are you worried if Julian Saint is the front runner? A lot of people think when these odds are released that he might be the front runner. If not, he's definitely going to be in the top 3. That this could be something to worry about. I'll start with you, Chris.
No, and I'm not worried for a couple reasons. One, um, it's not going to be a big thing at Ohio State because it doesn't matter if we have the Heisman front runner, we're not going to push him.
So true.
That's a true statement.
Honestly, he's shown himself to be poised and shown that no situation is too big for him. So I think he's going to have the right state of mind. But this is the other thing, guys. He's third at best. He is third at best right now, and not because of his ability, but because Ohio State is getting zero respect among the national media. Right now, it's Ty Simpson 1, Fernando Mendoza 2. I think Julian Saint slides in at 3. Everybody's fascinated by the Indiana story, and that's why Mendoza is 2. He also has the second highest, I think, second highest completion or quarterback rating in college football. He's playing on the number 2 team in the nation now, which is everybody's sweetheart. So I think he comes in at 2, and I think everybody's just so hungry for Alabama to have something they can call theirs again. That Ty Simpson's going to get that love.
What about Jeremiah Love? Speaking of Love, he absolutely ran over USC last night.
Yeah, I have lost so much respect for him last night. Yes, I think he's a great talent. Yes, he should be in the Heisman conversation. He should be a top 5 candidate. However, he's had a very bad season up to last night. Well, I shouldn't say very bad, very average season up to last night. And honestly, his behavior in that game last night, he should have been ejected at least twice. I got no respect for the guy. I wouldn't vote for him.
Corey?
No, I'm not worried about it. I do understand why he wouldn't be first. I mean, let's be real. He kind of came into the season, I wouldn't say as a known, but nobody knew how good he was per se because he hadn't played yet. So you got to build yourself into that, obviously. Ty Simpson played, that people kind of knew about him a little bit. Fernando Mendoza, I think people already knew about him from transferring to Indiana. They like Cignetti. I'll tell you one thing right now. Indiana is a media darling right now for 2 reasons. One, Cignetti's from the SEC, and 2, Indiana they're hoping Indiana knocks off Ohio State. that's why they love Indiana right now. But no, Julian Saint's got a poise about him. He just loves to play football, and I think he just wants to win no matter how he has to win. He's been happy winning by having the handcuffs on him and not throwing too much. He's been happy airing it out as well. He just wants to play winning football. He's always got a big smile on his face. He just doesn't seem to get rattled. I just don't think he cares about any of that. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't accept it or be happy about it or be excited about it. Everybody would. He's human. But at the same time, I get the impression that he's just somebody who wants to go out and play football. He just has fun playing football.
That is a name, Eric, by the way, I've heard a lot of people popping up with. Get over yourself. Act like you have watched football before. Yes, he's a semi-talented, semi-entertaining guy, but he's 37 years old in his 19th year of eligibility. He doesn't even still belong in college football. Pavia's ass deserves nothing.
That's why he's Grumpy Cat, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, Mendoza. Number 2, Simpson. Number 3, Sayin. Number 4, Stockton is what Bobby Mack's saying the odds are currently.
I think that's probably about right. Yeah.
And Nick Quint, I think, agrees with you, Chris. He says Diego's too cocky. He thinks he's the best and no one can stand on his way and they can beat anyone. That might be a little bit. Some people, that's how they play good, though. They need that chip on their shoulder. They need that extra little push. And so it gives them that edge about them. And if he was Mr. Humble Pie, he wouldn't be nearly as good as he is now. There are some players that are like that.
Well, and you can have that chippiness, have that edginess about you. But there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And this guy crossed that line about a year ago.
As far as Julian Sane, let me run this by you guys. We don't know enough about the young man. We are completely speculating here, saying, oh, it won't affect him. Everything about him so far says the kid is as cool as a cucumber, and it wouldn't affect him. But we don't know.
Correct.
If all of a sudden he sees his name in the Heisman odds and there's 15 girls in algebra class throwing themselves at him, wanting his autograph and everything else, how that would affect him mentally. Now, obviously, you got to think that the coaching staff and Ryan Day are going to try to keep him grounded with all of this success that he might now all of a sudden be getting now. But we just don't know, And so it's one of those things that crosses my mind. $2 super chat from Bobby Mack. Diego bedazzled his Walker. Wait, what?
Well, Eric bedazzled his Ace of Base CD, so, I mean,
It was a cassette.
cassette.
Thank you very much.
Forgot how old you are, yeah.
Which the pencil had to go in after it got, never mind. Some of these kids have no idea what I'm even talking about.
Or the best trick, Eric, the old Scotch tape over the tab on top so you could record over something.
Ooh, yeah. Colonel Ingus.
We were living in the dark ages.
There's already more than 15 girls messaging him on Instagram. I bet.
There's as soon as he was on campus, named starter, whatever. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's just going to grow from here. But I would just wonder, maybe I told you I cringe at the I don't care thing. Maybe Jerry Emick either just doesn't care about his job, or I'm wondering if like the coaching staff says, please don't push our guys for Heisman.
I have thought about that before, Corey. What would the thought process be behind that? You think?
Just keep them humble, because the immediate attention Ohio State gets is insane sometimes. So it's like if a guy becomes a superstar, which often they do, they just getting even more attention is just like, it just adds fuel to the fire and takes their focus off the game. And they're always everybody's championship, everybody's Super Bowl, everybody's gunning to take the big dog down. So the only thing I'm curious about with Julian Sane is he will have a bad game eventually. It seems impossible, but he will have a bad game eventually. How does he respond?
Maybe we saw it. Maybe that Washington game was his bad game.
Or Ohio.
Ohio could have been his bad game, yeah. Or
he threw 2 picks.
No, Wisconsin was his bad game.
4 touchdowns, 393 yards. Gosh, he sucks.
I did have a Buckeye fan say to me, he needs to clean some things up, but he played well. I'm like, what planet are you on? What does he need to clean up? Please tell me.
Because 88.5% completion rating in yesterday's game, he had a lot to work on.
It's like, please, QB guru, tell me. He's got to work on.
Jim reminding us we now live in the 21st century as well, apparently, on campuses. So there's that. Yeah, dude, I look at Julian Sane, and there's the thing that gives me like confidence that he won't let this stuff get to his head is he is just so calm in games. And if that is his demeanor and all he does, and there's no reason to believe that that's not based off of everything everybody has said, his coaching staff, his former coaches in high school, the wide receivers, like if he was skittish, don't you think we would know about it from these wide receivers? And they're all like, they even before he was named the starter, they were all talking about how great Julian Sane is. It's almost like the kid was brought up to do this. Like he was prepped to be this great. And all the things that come along with it, not just what's happening on the field, but everything off the field too. And it's funny because we've interviewed a lot of former players who were quarterbacks, Chris, here on the OHIO podcast. And they all talk about between the ears off the field as much as they do between the ears on the field. for
Mhm.
quarterbacks. And it just feels like to me, Julian Sane has got that in aces. Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a very smart, very I think humble, very focused young man, and I'm sure between his demeanor and the coaches, they'll keep him thinking with the head that's on his shoulders, and everything will be okay.
All right. Do you worry about anything? Is there
No,
any concerns with Julian Sane at all?
no.
I wish he'd get a haircut, but other than that, yeah.
There you go. And for the love of God, turn off the Moron 5.
If it works for him,
I don't want him to. You keep playing moves like
you
Jagger, my
you
man.
can listen to Taylor Swift for all I care if it works for him.
As long as he doesn't listen to Ace of Base.
Yeah, that's true. That's too far.
That's one
I
step from
saw the
ABBA.
sign, opened up my eyes.
If he listens to it on cassette, then we have a real problem.
He comes out with a Walkman.
that
Old
brick.
school headphones with the wire going down to the Walkman. What you listen to today, buddy?
He'll be out there jamming with Eric to I Saw the Sign and some quality ABBA tunes. And
Chris and I will be on the podcast. Please start Lincoln.
All right, topic number deuce. What is the biggest weakness on this Ohio State team, and how would you address it during the bye week, Chris?
Well, I said it earlier, I'm concerned about the run game, but I think we can use the short pass game to kind of supplement that. So I'm going to move past that and say what I think everybody else knows, and it's the kicking. I think we've got to address the kicking game. We have to do something, whether it's like I said, specializing the kickers or giving the other kid, the transfer kid, a shot, because Fielding is he's going to cost us a game. And the punting, sadly, I don't know if there's anything we can do to fix the punting at this point. I think we just got to ride with what we got. And if Day's telling us that McGuire is the better option than McClarty, I'm going to trust his judgment because, like you said, he's forgotten more than we'll ever know. So I can't question that, but I highly question the decision to use Fielding on long field goals. And if you're not going to try the other kicker, then for the love of God, don't try to kick a field goal if you're outside the red zone. Just go for it. The results, if you get stopped, the result's going to be the same. So you either have to change the way you're coaching or give this other kid a shot.
Corey.
I agree with everything Chris said. I don't know what we can really do about it because Day's not known to, like, for some reason, switch kickers. I don't get why. I couldn't begin to tell you. I agree. I would like to get the other kid a shot, but I just don't think he's going to change anything at this point. I think something that can be changed coaching wise is the run game is my biggest concern. Defense is lights out, so I ain't got to worry about that. Passing game is lights out, but we're going to be coming into late October, early November, into November, and the weather's going to change. And look, I don't know what Sane will do in that weather. I just don't know. Will he be as effective? Will he be as accurate? Can he grip the ball as well? Things like that. I'd say the offensive line, the right side needs to be kind of figured out. And we need to figure out what's our running back rotation, because I'll tell you one thing is if Isaiah West hasn't opened some eyes, I don't know what to tell you. But Ryan Day, to his credit, you look at Jeremiah Smith, you look at Bo Jackson, he has shown a willingness to start young guys and play young guys who have shown production. So I'm hoping that West game against Wisconsin will say, hey, maybe he needs to be more in the rotation. They obviously trust James Peoples with third down type plays. They have an affection for C.J. Donaldson, even though I don't even think he's the best power back on the team. They obviously really like Bo Jackson. Isaiah probably just fit himself into that solution, but they got to figure out how to get the run game going, because I think you're going to need it going into November and then back into the playoffs. But get to Indy and you can go back to the pass game because you'll be indoors. But man, we're going to be outdoors a lot against really tough physical football teams, especially a team up north. And you if the passing game ain't working, what do you do? So that's my concern.
Both of those are my concerns as well. Let me start with you first, Chris. I think you can hold tryouts for walk-ons still. Hey, who wants to try out? Who can kick a 45-yard field goal on campus? Is there a former kicker in high school? Is there a soccer player that wants to try out for the team? I don't think there's any rule that says you can't do that.
Yeah.
So if and TG's saying, hey, they want to redshirt that kid so that they have 3 more years. If it's bad enough that it costs us a national championship, burn the red shirt.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely.
I mean,
If
we
he's
understand the game plan with him. It's just, is it worth changing the plan?
Yeah. So, we hear you, but if push comes to shove, let's go. Let's do something here. So, maybe we hold some tryouts. Like I'm pretty sure you're still allowed to do that, even in the middle of the season. It's not like we can go and find a free agent in college football, although that's the off season now. But in season, I don't think you're allowed to do that. So you're going to have to find somebody on campus. To your concern, Corey, about the running game, I think it has more to do with the offensive line than the running backs. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, no, I didn't really mention it, but I think the right guard is the biggest weak link on the offense by a mile.
So what should we do about Tegra? Because that's obviously what you're saying.
Padilla was our highest graded offensive lineman yesterday on 26 snaps. That's the craziest thing. And Tegra got 44 snaps, Padilla got 26, and I think Hinsman was second. So it's almost like there's your solution. Phillip Daniels struggled in pass pro, was good in run blocking. I have noticed this year he has not been the best in pass pro. He's been a little iffy, but I do agree, Eric. It probably has to do with him trying to protect that inner gap because he doesn't know what Tegra's going to do. But the Tegra experiment's got to end at some point. I mean, I hate calling for benching guys, and I like the rotation aspect in a way because I think it's a way of saying we're not outright benching you, but we're going to let you fight for your position in real game reps. But he's got to be losing it because Padilla's playing well, and everybody notices the run game picked up a little bit when Padilla got in the game.
And it was later in the game though too, and so you do have a defensive line that's a little bit more gassed, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a great point by Aaron. Chris, you jump in.
I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, what happened to Ethan O? Oh my gosh, he's not playing at all.
No idea. Maybe he has a bad attitude because he's not starting. I don't know.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just going to say, Corey talked about, you don't like the idea of benching, but there's nothing that says you can't flip that snap count and have Padilla in there for the 44 snaps and,
I agree.
Tegra running the 26.
And, it's a terrible comparison. The last 2 Saturday nights I have watched USC and Scum and USC Notre Dame, and I have watched high-level offensive run game offensive line play. First USC against Scum, and then last night Notre Dame against USC. And I'm sitting here thinking, why in the world do we look so pedestrian in our run game compared to those 2 teams the last 2 Saturday nights when they played? And to me, it's all about attitude up front. It's all about attitude. I have a theory. You guys feel free to, after I express my theory, to tell me if you think my theory's crap or not.
It's crap.
Thank you.
I'm just basing that off
Freeman any kind of credit, it's crap.
It's not about Freeman.
I'm just basing it off your Ace of Base thing.
That's fair. That's a fair. I deserve that.
Yeah, if you're talking Ace of Base, you really can't be talking toughness, Eric. It just.
And Chris with the comment of the night. Love it.
All right. Do you think Ryan Day spends too much time pass blocking with these guys? Is that a possibility? And maybe he did with the understanding that I'm going to have a new starter this year. I need to protect him. We're going to spend a little bit more time on pass blocking with the offensive line than run blocking because of that.
I don't know that Phillip would be the starter at right tackle if that were the case, because his strength is not pass blocking.
Okay, fair. That's fair. You agree, Chris?
I do agree, and maybe they do spend a little too much time. We don't know because we're not there to watch the practices. But this is my thing. You talk about Notre Dame's great rushing attack, and it is great. But two things. One, first of all, they've got a freak at running back. Love is, as much as I dislike him and don't respect him after last night, he is a physical freak at running back. Maybe the best running back in the nation, even though the numbers haven't supported it to this point. The other thing is that USC line's bad. The USC defense is not good, which I think made it look worse. But that being said, I do think we need to address it. I do think we need to get more physical. I do think we need to push people around. I do think it is a bit of an attitude. And I do think that, I can't believe when we use this word, I do think that Tegra's a little soft.
Going the Michigan route, are you, Chris?
Well, I don't like using the word, but if you watch him play, it bears out.
I don't disagree. I'm just messing with you.
I feel like Padilla brings a little more nastiness to it.
Mm-hmm. If he's more successful, he just has to play.
This team needs to take on more of Phillip Daniels' attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a nasty dude. And I think that's a big part of the problem is the attitude isn't. Hensman's nasty. Daniels is nasty.
Montgomery's nasty.
Montgomery's got a genuine mean streak. But Tegra just doesn't project that. So to me, I think you got to try to make that change and see what happens.
I agree. I wouldn't move Padilla to center just because you've had the Hensman Julian. I think Lucia said it. The Hensman Julian connection. Hensman's been a great center. Even though I do agree with Sean, he's an electric guard. He's really good, and Padilla is going to be the future center. But I think mid-season you kind of have to just slip Padilla in at the guard and leave it at that. And it'd be like, now last year was based out of injury, obviously, but this year it might just be based out of necessity to just say we got to make a change, and that's all there is to it. And they got to find that fit. And Padilla seems like a better fit. And I wonder what they're going to be doing for these next 2 weeks to just try that out. Because I really do think the rotational, like last year, the rotation in the guards is based on Ryan Day doesn't want to make a decision on practice reps. He wants to make decisions on game reps.
So, Eric, Corey, let me just make a suggestion. If you want an idea about what's going on with that, pop over to Patreon.
I did go and check that out, and Patreon will give you some answers.
There you guys go. A selfless plug there. Let's see. Penn State Sports Talk. The Coastal Carolina coach from a few years ago said we need some more dogs. We got enough cats. That sums up your O-line. Well, that sums up your team, bro.
Dude, you just suffered your 4th loss and you're trying to trash talk?
Rats?
Hell, even James Franklin beat Iowa.
Hey, you're welcome for Jim Knowles.
You saw my panic in my face, honey. There it is. Okay. A little inside baseball between my wife and I. Okay.
Eric left us abandoned. We were alone.
I did.
Cold.
The dog was barking like crazy, and I thought, did something happen to my wife? Is she okay? And I needed to go check on her. So, all right. Since Penn State Sports Talk is here, and he's been a loyal troll for this season.
He has.
He's a troll, no doubt about that.
We need to help him out.
No,
so
we don't.
tonight's last segment, we're going to play athletic director for Penn State. And we're going to come up with a list. Combined, we're going to come up a list together with you in the chat. 5, and I'm going to underline this, possible candidates.
I
Okay?
don't want to help them.
5 possible candidates for Penn State to go out and possibly be the next head coach. So that immediately throws out Nick Saban and Urban Meyer. They're not going to go to Penn State. That throws out Ryan Day and Kirby Smart.
You're saying Heather's wrong?
Heather's wrong. Heather
Oh my
Danich or
God.
whatever her name is.
So who have we eliminated, Eric?
Urban Meyer,
Right.
Nick Saban,
Yep.
Kirby Smart,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Day.
And
I
Signetti.
think it's Signetti. Yeah, that's the other one.
Signetti's eliminated. Just signed a big old. They went after Signetti, obviously.
Yeah. And Indiana responded.
Yeah. Dan Lanning, I think, is eliminated. You guys agree or disagree with
He
me?
ain't going to Penn State. No.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Oh, they got too
possibly.
much Nike money out there, man. They're going to keep him right where he's at.
All right. So, is there anybody else that you think is completely off table in college football other than those 6 guys we just mentioned? Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz is not going to go to Penn State. I would
Although
love
it'd be hysterical if he did.
Oh my!
We could do a whole podcast just laughing, just literally laughing the whole time.
I would do a whole podcast where I'm Lou Holtz at the press conference.
There you go.
In fact, I might have to be fake Lou Holtz accepts the job at Penn State and do a press conference video. That would be a hoot. Oh yeah, we got Phil in the house. Easy on Lou, boys.
No, I'm not gonna go easy on Lou.
No, not going to go easy on that little troll.
I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now.
All right, let's start here. I'll go first. Matt Rule feels like the obvious answer to be on this list. Agree?
Probably, but that's. I hope he's the hire.
Yeah, he's not. He might not be the number one guy I would go after. Be honest
Nope.
with you. Okay, Chris, pick another candidate that you think could and should be on this list.
James Franklin had a problem with not being able to beat top 5 teams and not being able to beat Ohio State, correct?
Correct.
There's a guy out there right now.
Oh, you're going to go down to Louisville, Kentucky, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, it's a good one.
He's got a 4-2 record against top 5 teams. He's beaten Ohio State
while being unranked.
While
he has
being
a
unranked,
4-0. Yes.
I think you got to talk to Jeff Brom.
I agree. Now, he is at his alma mater. I do not know his contract or buyout. Let me look that up. Why, Corey, you pick somebody.
All right. I will say 2 obvious names that I think would be absolutely hilarious and we would crush them every year are Campbell and Rule, but
And Freeman,
Golesh.
don't forget Freeman. We'd crush him every year too.
Golesh from South Florida would be a really good, or Kenny Dillingham would be 2 names I would absolutely go after.
Kenny Dillingham's a good one. What was your first one?
South Florida. I can't say his name correctly, but Golesh.
What's his Alex?
Yeah, Alex.
I think is it Golsh?
Golsh, maybe,
or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Polish or something.
He my favorite thing about him is he's an Ohio State grad. And he's from Dublin, Ohio. It's just wild that he did that.
He's an excellent football coach.
Yeah. By the way, you guys ready to guess what Jeff Brom's buyout is at Louisville?
$1,800.
You ain't far. You're not far. It's $1 million.
That. I don't know. Penn State might be broke right now. Who knows?
I mean, $1 million.
That's
dude.
definitely a buyout they could handle.
Yeah. $1 million. Like Louisville, what are you doing? His current contract $6.5 million.
If Penn State calls him, you'll see a headline with Louisville with a bigger contract.
I think I agree with that. So we have 4 people: Matt Rule, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Alex Golesh. We need one more person on this list that we all agree on. Is it Campbell?
I mean, Campbell's. They're going to call him.
Yeah, I could go with Campbell, but here's another one to just think about. That's a guy who's got Penn State ties. Defensive coach. What about contacting Manny Diaz to come back?
Yeah.
Has he done enough at Duke, you think, to honor that?
They got to do something. And honestly, if I'm a Penn State fan and they go after Matt Rule, I'm just like gross. I'm like, okay, that dude is so overrated. He's living off of 2 good seasons with Baylor or whatever he had, and he's been kind of mediocre at best ever since. And it's like at some point you just got to say maybe he's not that good. Matt Campbell to me is solid. He wouldn't be exciting. I think you got to go with Dillingham or go at Golsh or whatever. You got to go, or Diaz would even be more exciting than
what about Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri?
That would be more exciting. That'd be.
I saw his name come up the other day.
Is Penn State that big a step up from Missouri?
Well, here's the thing: at Missouri, you're you just know you're not gonna. The SEC is not going to let Missouri win the conference.
True.
At Penn State, at least you get a puncher's chance.
All right, his current contract and buyout. He's earning $9 million right now, so that's not
quite a bit of money.
That's not bad. And his buyout is $5 million.
There's a name. He's a free agent now. Billy Napier. That's right. Go get him. Or Andrew Norvell. He's going to be free agent here soon too.
What about who's the guy at UNLV who coached at
Dan Mullen? He just lost actually yesterday.
Yeah, is Dan Mullen going? Is he going to be the next Florida head coach?
No. Why would they bring him back?
Okay. I thought that was
that,
part of the
that fan
deal
base here. That fan base would just lose their mind if they brought Dan Mullen back. He already went there once, didn't succeed. Again, I said it 100 times. I don't think you can succeed at Florida unless you're Urban Meyer or Steve Spurrier.
What about, again, somebody with Penn State ties again, former grad assistant there, has NFL experience. What about
Larry Johnson? No, just kidding.
Joe Brady. He's got ties to a couple of the big boosters there as well.
Where's he at currently?
He's in Buffalo, I think.
He's in Buffalo as the offensive coordinator.
They're not loving him at Buffalo either.
Was he at Notre Dame?
No, he was the LSU guy for Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Who is the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame who left? And
Tommy Rees.
Yes, Tommy.
Rees.
He's horrible. Holy crap.
Well, I've heard a lot of Notre Dame people.
Why do people like him is beyond me. When's the last time he had a good offense? He basically retired Nick Saban. He was so bad.
You didn't hear? Michigan retired Nick Saban.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Phil, who's a Notre Dame fan, you mean Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
Yes, he was selling brake pads actually before for Callahan.
He was a great brake pad salesman.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
I'll give him
Al Golden. How old is Al Golden?
105 at this point. I don't know. Yeah, my man Gundy.
Can you
Jerry
imagine?
Sandusky?
Can you imagine Mike Gundy in the press conference with Penn State? I'm a man. I'm 60.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an old man.
I get free coffee.
Maybe we can see if we can get Sandusky work release.
Sean, Tommy Rees is with the Browns. Please take him. See, there you go.
All right, Danton Lynn. Troy says Danton Lynn was a former player and current DC at USC.
Oh, no. Why would you want a DC from USC?
Hasn't done enough. Luke Fickell. If Luke Fickell would have stayed at Cincinnati,
he might be the head.
He might have been that guy, but not now.
Buckeye Pay laughs about it, but Kevin Stefanski.
All right. Are we ready for this? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Should Penn State kick the tires on Matt Patricia or Brian Hartline?
I think they will kick the tires.
They should, but
I think they will.
Think they'll go.
I don't think Matt Patricia, but I think Hartline for sure. Mainly for his recruiting.
Primetime Deion Sanders? No
I've
way.
Heard that mentioned.
Really?
Please hire him. Oh my gosh, please.
If nothing else, here's the thing I will say for Penn State fans: if that happens, you'll suck, but at least it'll be entertaining to watch you go down in flames.
Yep.
Lee says, dig up Joe Paul and do a weekend at Bernie's. Lee, that was the last 5 years of Joe Paul's Coach, he was weekend at Bernie's.
10 years, actually.
Can we dig up Bobby Bowden to be one of his coordinators?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Chip
Chip
Kelly? No way. Again, he wouldn't. Chip
I
Kelly
don't
would
think he
not
wants
be.
to deal with the college coaching
Yeah, he
job.
doesn't want to recruit.
But he's going to be over 60 anyway, and he's not Signetti, so.
Yeah, RDCB. I wish they would hire Deion Sanders. I'd love to see that look on his face as they get canned in the shoe.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I agree.
All right, so here's our list currently, guys. Let's narrow this down to our top 5. Matt Rule, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Alex Golish, Matt Campbell, Manny Diaz, Eli Drinkwitz, Joe Brady.
I did see somebody in the chat say Will Stein. I could definitely see that one.
Why?
Why not?
Shane Beamer.
If Shane Beamer's, by the way, some of the shine's coming off him this season.
Yeah.
If he's going anywhere, he's going to go to Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
All right. I think Matt Rule's definitely on the list because of
Yes.
his ties, right?
Rule's definitely on the list. Yeah.
All right. I like Jeff Brom a lot on this list.
Yeah.
They got to kick the tires. And
I
he's
think
a
he
cheap
makes the
buyout.
most sense, honestly.
Yeah,
Do you
I
think
agree,
he
yeah.
should be top 5, Corey?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I like Kenny Dillingham on this list.
Yeah, I agree.
Kenny Dillingham's biggest issue and gripe at Arizona State is not getting the support, and look what he's done without the financial support.
Yeah.
Just beat Texas Tech.
All right, that leaves us for 2 spots in this list: Alex Golish, Matt Campbell, Manny Diaz, Eli Drinkwitz, Joe Brady. And if I look at this list, if it was me, I would call Eli Drinkwitz.
I'd call him. Yeah.
Yeah, I would as well. Yeah.
Can they afford his buyout?
It's only.
I think they can.
I mean, they just paid $50 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can they afford his buyout?
Well, I was told that they
the
were going to.
School paid that's the funny thing. The school paid the buyout. The athletic department did not.
I was told that they were given, the athletic director was given permission to go after anybody and everybody. And by the way, we did not mention Marcus Freeman on our list of people who were off
God, I wish he
limits.
would go over there. It's an easy win every year. Every year they're on our schedule. It's an easy win.
He's not leaving Notre Dame.
He's not leaving Notre Dame for that job. I'm sorry.
No.
He's not. So we have 4 guys right now: Matt Rule, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Eli Drinkwitz. 4 guys left for one position. Alex Golish.
Deshaun Foster.
Hey guys, did you know Penn State is in the state of Pennsylvania?
So I've
Did you know?
heard.
It's like,
Bill Belichick will be available soon.
Yeah, Bill Belichick too. Yeah.
Might, yeah.
Yeah.
Might.
Is there anybody in the NFL that we missed that maybe we should have considered?
Matt Millen? No.
What about the kid from Minnesota,
What kid from Minnesota?
the Vikings head coach?
Oh, you said kid. I'm like,
He's a kid. He's like real young.
He must be our age at least.
McCarthy?
He's like super young looking.
JJ McCarthy's gonna need a job soon.
He spends more time on the sidelines on a headset than he does on the field anyhow.
That's a good point.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, out of these 4 names,
Because of injuries. Yeah.
out of these 4 names, Corey, which one would you call first? Alex Golish, Matt Campbell, Manny Diaz, or Joe Brady?
Golish.
Chris, Alex Golish, Matt Campbell, Manny Diaz, Joe Brady.
I would have to say Campbell.
Oh gosh. All right, chat.
Although I could be swayed to Diaz just because of the ties.
I'm going to not sway you to Diaz. Let's put this up in the chat real fast. I got it because I don't know which way to go. I'm going to leave it up to the chat.
Rod Marinelli, is he still around?
Come on, here we go. Let's go. Let's speed it up.
Rob Ryan.
Oh gosh, Rex Ryan's commentating. So
Alex Golish or Matt Campbell?
I wouldn't even bother with Campbell. To me, he's Matt Rule. You might as well just interchange him.
Which coach should PSU call first? All right, chat. It is up. There you go. Let's see the poll results. We're going to give you guys about 60 seconds to give us the answer. Between Alex Golish and Matt Campbell. Ooh, wow. These results are surprising, guys. I don't know if you guys can see them.
I can't. No.
Okay.
I didn't even see the question go up.
Yeah, I don't think it shows it in our chat here on
Nice.
EV Mucks.
I love this.
Freddie Kitchens.
That's a good one. Sean, I wouldn't say Vandy's coach for publicity's sake. They probably would get killed if they hired another Vandy's coach. Like, really? You did this? We're doing this again?
All right. I'm going to give you guys 15 more seconds. And then we'll end that real quick.
Although somebody will hire Vandy's coach for sure.
You know what, guys? I've got the solution. It's Scott Frost.
Brian Kelly.
They might need a job soon enough.
Uh-huh.
Eddie O. All right, I like it. RDCB.
All right, here we go.
Michael
5,
Vick.
4, 3, 2, 1. Poll is ended.
Beep, beep.
How about Michael Vick? And when they walk onto the field, they can play Who Got the Dogs Out.
Jeez.
All right, 66% Matt Campbell.
Y'all are wrong.
29 of you voted. 66 said Matt Campbell. All right, so our five coaches on this list currently, and this is a realistic list in our minds. Okay, Matt Rule, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Matt Campbell, Eli Drinkwitz. Who's number one? Who's your number one? If out of these 5 guys, this is the best hire.
Same again.
Matt Rule, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Matt Campbell, Eli Drinkwitz.
I go Dillingham just because the youth.
Chris.
Dillingham's youth is definitely an advantage, but I go Brom. He's coached in the Big Ten before. He has like I said, he's had success against top 5. He's had success against Ohio State. He gives you everything that James Franklin did not. He's going to be the most affordable buyout.
That's true.
And you're going to be able to get him at a reasonable price. I think he makes the most sense. He checks all the boxes. It's got to be Jeff Brom.
Chat is all over the place. Rule, Drinkwitz, Dillingham, Drinkwitz, Rule, Dillingham.
Drinkwitz
Brom.
is the best coach of the bunch, I think.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Mm-mm.
I agree with Chris's reasoning for Jeff Brom. He was like my 1B, So I just went Dillingham mainly because the youth kind of won out.
And I'm with you guys. Brom and Dillingham for me are the top 2 candidates. But can I tell you why I think Dillingham might make a little bit more sense? Maybe I can convince you, Chris. Dillingham's already been to the CFP. Brom has not. Dillingham won his conference. Brom has never won a conference championship.
What's Dillingham's record versus Ohio State?
0-0.
No.
Okay, never played. What's Dillingham's record against top 5 teams?
0-1, I think.
Top 10 teams.
I have no idea.
I don't have a lot of confidence in Big 12
He just beat a top 10 team in Texas.
Yeah, he
Tech.
did actually. Yeah, so 1-1 at least.
Don't have a lot of confidence in Big 12 coaches.
He's very young too.
He is, and that is an advantage. I mean, Brom's what, 55-ish, I think.
Yeah, Brom's not like ancient by any means. He's.
But no,
And Bilal brings up a very good point. Would he even leave Louisville for Penn State? I think if the money was much better, he would.
I got to think he would only be. I mean, look, I know Louisville's his alma mater and everything, but Penn State, I don't know if they're a blue blood, but they're close if they're not. And, I don't know. It's the resources at Penn State got to be better than Louisville. I will say this, though, the ACC is more wide open in the Big Ten.
All right, let's put Dillingham in there, pencil him in. Not saying that is the final answer. We'll put Brom second. And then here's how I would go 3 through 5. You guys tell me if you agree or disagree. Drinkwitz at 3, Rule at 4, Campbell at 5.
I switch Campbell and Rule. I really
Yeah.
just dislike Rule.
I'm with Corey. I think you switch 4 and 5.
All right, so 3 is Drinkwitz. 4 is Campbell. 5 is Rule.
Yep.
All right, so here's our list. Dillingham 1, Brom 2, Drinkwitz 3, Campbell 4, Rule 5. Who's the least, like, as an Ohio State fan, which one of those 5 guys do you least want to go up against? Might be Brom.
Brom.
Probably Brom. Yeah.
And then probably Drinkwitz. He's 1-0 too. Although,
yeah, but that's an asterisk.
yeah, I totally agree. Yes. Dillingham is going to be very interesting to me in the next 5 years. What he can do.
Yeah, I think Dillingham with those resources would be dangerous. He's a good culture guy, and I think he'd actually fit really well in the Midwest. But that being said, who knows? I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
You're wrong this time. So
Yeah, I'm usually wrong. Yeah.
usually.
So what we're saying here, if Rule's the next coach at Penn State, we're thinking they got a lot of no's.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe. I wonder if they've just zeroed in on like, well, Rules. We want a Penn State guy. Are they doing the Michigan thing? We want a Michigan man or whatever. I don't know what they're thinking right now. I know the guy says he wants to win national championships. Does he feel Rule can get him there? I'm not sure what his mindset is on that. I don't know if he's their first option though. I could say he got a couple no's at least. A lot? I don't know. I don't think he's like a last ditch effort.
I would say he's 5 or 6 on the list.
But
I mean, a couple of those are just unrealistic. Like you said, there's 4 that are just unrealistic to even address. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If Rule leaves Nebraska for Penn State, and Nebraska goes out and gets Dillingham, don't you feel like Nebraska's in a better spot than Penn State at that point?
Yeah, because I think Dillingham has shown he can do it with fewer resources, and he could build a culture and win some games there. I'm not saying he'd go win the Big Ten or anything, but he would have Nebraska in a better position, I think.
Listen, Nick, I know that's what he said, but trust me.
And Nick Saban wasn't leaving the Miami Dolphins either.
That man loves Penn State. That is his home. And if home comes calling, that is hard to say no to. That is hard to say no to. You know, very quiet in the chat. Where did Penn State Sports Talk go? We were fixing your problem for you.
Yeah,
and he left.
He'd rather be a victim and cry about problems and trash talk us and hear about solutions.
I wonder if that's the case, Corey.
And Lucia's right, by the way. If Rule came to Penn State, he would bring Riola with him, obviously, but Riola doesn't scare me either.
Would he leave, you think?
I don't know. He's got better receivers at Nebraska.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Isn't his uncle a coach at Nebraska too?
Yeah. I just think he'd go with Rule. I don't know. He might not. Maybe Riola would go with Rule too. I'm sorry. I should specify.
Uncle Rico Riola.
Yeah, Uncle Rico Riola would probably go as well. Although, even though the offensive line stinks at Nebraska, it's like, why would you bring him?
It does make sense. 2 years into his college career, he would transfer.
Yeah.
Well, he transferred 6 times before he enrolled.
He played at 4 different high schools, and he was committed to 2 schools before finally settling on Nebraska. So it does make sense he would leave Nebraska after 2 years.
Well, if he didn't leave Ohio State's commitment, we wouldn't have Julian Sand right now. We came out on top. So.
Oh, what an interesting conversation! Like the coaching carousel this season is wild. It is wild. I've never seen anything like this before.
By the way, Tony Alford is now interviewing for the Colorado State job again.
Is he really?
Yeah, I saw an article up today about it, yeah.
I kind of hope he gets it.
It's like the third time he's.
It's what he's wanted so bad in his life. That's his alma mater, isn't it? Colorado
Yeah,
State?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hope he gets it. He's wanted it so bad. Just go.
Does Florida call Urban Meyer?
They might.
I have suggested it, and I have been
And I think Shelley
told
would let him
Florida
coach.
people, and I have been told Florida people hate him. You're crazy.
They do. They do hate him.
Yeah, it's that damn winning. It just gets in the way.
Well, I know the Florida fans hate him too. I remember when they named the field after Spears. Like, why did they name it after the second best coach in Florida history? And they didn't like that. I got a lot of friends in this area that are Gator fans, Gator alum. They did not like that at all.
What about Knowles? What about him? They're not in love with him anymore, obviously.
No, they want him gone.
Here's the thing. Let's say they've gone through their list and their key candidates are no go, and they bring in a defensive minded guy like a Manny Diaz. Where does that leave Knowles? How long is he on staff? Does he get to finish out the year?
Yeah, he'll finish out the year.
Yeah.
I don't know what his buyout is. He's got 2 more years on that contract. I thought it was a 3-year deal.
It is a 3-year deal. He won't be there.
And Gundy's not at Oklahoma State anymore, so he ain't gonna be able to go back there. So.
Well, what if he goes back for the head coaching job there?
No.
Yeah, he's not head coach material in my opinion, but
I don't think anybody's gonna want him as a head coach.
He could be a head coach at a smaller school, but he couldn't do it at a prominent program.
Phil, I get what you're saying about Tim Tebow to Florida, but he's got 0 coaching experience.
But he did play tight end in preseason in football, NFL football, so for Urban Meyer. So there's that.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'll be honest. All this coaching carousel stuff has me very concerned for our coaching staff.
Who do you think Well, here's another topic then. Who do we lose?
Brian Hartline is what I'm scared about.
I don't think we're losing Hartline.
I think that Brian Hartline's been told, "Stay with me. You're the heir apparent."
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree with Chris 100%. I think he's like they told Ryan Day. I think they told Brian Hartline, like, dude, you're next in line, because Ryan Day's only 46, but I think he's got an NFL bug in him.
I would say it's 5 years.
Something like that, yeah. And not to mention Hartline is smart. He knows it's going to take time. Just like the play calling thing, it took forever to get to that point, and now he has it. So it's like, okay, we've kept our promises to you, so keep with us.
You think
Saban here we go
and Meyer
again, bashing no. The play calling was not that bad yesterday. Really wasn't.
You think Saban and Meyer are the only 2 people who could win at Penn State?
I don't know.
Not the only 2, no. I do want to go back to the play calling, like Chris said. I mean, when people complain about the play calling, I know Bobby's not happy with it. What would you do different?
Poor execution on the offensive line.
The right side of the line wasn't blocking at all. What do you do? You know, we came in with a game plan, knowing the front 7 of Wisconsin could stop the run all years that they have, and we threw it down their throats. So I mean,
here's the thing: had we kept throwing it short, we wouldn't even know how bad the running game was.
I mean, quit running those short side every time.
It's going to be extremely hard to keep Hartline. He interviewed for West Virginia job in December. He did interview, but I don't think he was offered the job.
Different scenario, though. I'm telling you. I think the conversation before they threw the play calling on him fully, before he was the outright OC, they told him, "Listen, you're the man. You're the one we're bringing up.
Mm-hmm.
This is your program. As soon as Ryan Day's ready to step down, don't go anywhere."
One last name. Purposely kept this name out of here. No one mentioned him either. What about Bill O'Brien?
Not what happened. His name is not on the rise right now.
I know it's not, but he coached there before.
Yep, but
and he coached there during the most difficult time in that program's history.
But the problem, yeah, he did, and he was actually really good. But the problem is he left them in their most vulnerable time, and on top of that, he now is coming. He's 1-6 at Boston College. They're not going to take him off a year where he's been terrible at Boston College.
Interesting conversation tonight, everybody. A lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody who showed up this evening. We've had a great time. Sorry about Heather not being with us tonight. There's a storm in Northeast Ohio. She got her electricity knocked out, and she sent me a message right before and said, I can't be there because of that. I said, no problem. We'll rain check with her. We'll bring her back on later, maybe this season or early on in the off season. We'll get Heather back on, everybody, on a Sunday night for a roundtable discussion. Tomorrow night, call-in show. Tuesday, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock right here on the OHO Podcast YouTube channel. It's going to be the Buckeye Lounge. Thursday night is the Buckeye Ladies show. No call-in show Saturday morning. Chris and I are going to take a little field trip together Saturday morning. So you all hear about that probably next Sunday night. And I don't know what games there are Saturday. I haven't even looked at the schedule for this weekend. We might have a game watch Saturday at some point.
You want me to take a look real quick?
Sure,
I got the app open. Big Ten we're looking at, right? Or do we want all of them?
It doesn't matter. Just throw a good one out there.
Oh, boy, I'm looking for a good one. Boy, there's not a lot of great ones.
Then Pickens next this weekend.
Indiana, UCLA, somewhat became a decent game all of a sudden, maybe. Michigan State. Michigan's going to crush them. Wow, not a lot of Texas A&M, LSU, but not a lot of good ones.
LSU gets knocked out of the playoffs officially this weekend. That's
well,
good.
Oklahoma, Ole Miss, I guess, is the best one, I would say. Missouri, Vanderbilt's a good one, but I don't know what time these games are. They're TBD right now.
So SEC games, huh?
North Texas takes on Charlotte on Friday night.
There you go. Well, Friday night, so there won't be a hangout on Patreon Friday night because I am heading to Akron Friday night. My stepson was informed by the coaching staff that there's a very good chance he gets in varsity Friday night. So
Who do they got Friday night? Hoban?
I'm not sure who they play, but they're playing at St. Vincent St. Mary's field.
Maybe they're playing St. Vincent St. Mary's.
They're not. It's not. It's like a invitational weekend thing at that field where there are a bunch of teams traveling in. So, Delaware pre-scheduled this one thinking that Favor Key obviously was going to be highlighted this season, and he's played one game. So, so
doing the old Justice Haynes.
No comment. So Xander Armstrong has a very good chance, my stepson, of playing in his first varsity game Friday night. So I don't want to miss that. So no hangout Friday night on Patreon, but we will have stuff for you guys on Saturday. And of course, we will have videos for you and everything over on Patreon. In fact, I will be dropping Buck Vader's next blog here in just a few minutes. Anything else, guys?
Vandy, Missouri looks like the game Saturday.
That looks probably that. Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Vandy, Missouri. Those are 2 games. Yep.
All right. Well, we might hang out and do that one for everybody. So keep your ear to the ground. We'll have good stuff for you all week long here in the OHIO podcast. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. Be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Till next time, you all know what to do. OH.
IO.
Go Bucks.